Liam lived in a town people forgot existed. The houses were old, their paint peeling like sunburned skin. The laughter of children playing was a distant memory. Liam knew this feeling well. He carried the weight of forgotten things. His mother was gone. Cancer, they said. It stole her away, leaving a silence that echoed in their small house. His father, lost in his own grief, barely looked at him. Liam felt invisible, a ghost haunting his own life. He ate dinner alone most nights, the silence deafening. Afterward, he would wash his own dish, the clatter a jarring interruption to the quiet. He retreated to his room, a sanctuary from the emptiness. But Liam had a secret, a place he went to escape the crushing weight of his loneliness. The attic. It wasn't much, just a dusty space filled with forgotten things. To Liam, it was a refuge, a place where he could disappear. The attic was Liam's sanctuary. He called it the shadows. Sunlight struggled to penetrate the grime-covered windows. Dust motes danced in the weak rays, illuminating forgotten treasures and discarded dreams. A musty scent hung in the air, a blend of old books, mothballs, and time. Liam would spend hours up there, surrounded by the past. He would run his fingers along the spines of his grandfather's books, imagining the adventures held within. He would sift through his mother's old things, a chipped teacup, a faded scarf, a worn photo album. Each object held a memory, a whisper of her laughter, the scent of her perfume. In the dim light, Liam felt safe. He could be himself, his grief a tangible presence. He would talk to his mother, pouring his heart out in hushed whispers. Sometimes he swore he could almost hear her voice, a soft echo in the stillness. School was a blur. Liam moved through the halls like a ghost. He ate lunch alone, avoiding the curious stares and hushed whispers. He was the boy who had lost his mother, the boy who was always alone. The label clung to him like a shroud. In class, he would sit in the back, his gaze drifting out the window. He felt disconnected, unable to relate to the carefree chatter and teenage dramas that filled the air. He felt like a fraud, pretending to be normal when inside he was crumbling. His only solace was his journal, a worn, leather-bound notebook, a gift from his mother. Its pages held his thoughts, his fears, his dreams. It was his confidant, the keeper of his secrets. He poured his soul onto its pages, his words flowing like tears, cleansing his pain. One rainy afternoon, Liam stumbled upon a box tucked away in a corner of the attic. It was filled with his mother's things. He ran his fingers over a worn book of poetry, a collection of seashells, a hand-knitted scarf. Then he saw it. A small plastic cassette tape labeled in his mother's familiar handwriting, "For Liam." His heart pounded in his chest. He hadn't heard his mother's voice in years. Hesitantly, he picked up the tape, his fingers trembling. He blew the dust off, revealing the faded plastic beneath. He rushed downstairs, his old Walkman forgotten in a box of toys. He found it, blew the dust off, and inserted the cassette. He pressed play. Static crackled through the speakers. Then, his mother's voice, a little younger, a little brighter, filled the room. She spoke of her love for him, her hopes for his future. She told him stories, sang him songs. Liam sat there, tears streaming down his face, listening to the echo of her love. His mother's voice, preserved on that old cassette tape, awakened something in Liam. It was like a light had been switched on inside him, chasing away the shadows. He listened to the tape over and over, her words seeping into his soul, filling the empty spaces. He started writing again, his words flowing freely, inspired by his mother's memory. His journal became his lifeline, a place where he could be honest, raw, and real. He wrote about his grief, his anger, his loneliness. He wrote about the beauty he found in unexpected places, the way sunlight danced on dust motes, the sound of rain on the roof, the vibrant colors of a sunset. He wrote about the cassette tape, about the comfort of his mother's voice, about the love that resonated through her words. He wrote about the fear of forgetting, of the silence that threatened to engulf him, he wrote to keep his mother's memory alive, to keep her close.